footballers who were late for the match for very interesting reasons. Hello friends, there's a lot of lateness in the AstroTurf. Either we are late or a friend is, but are soccer players ever late? First player, Jonathan Soriano. First baby news, then hat-trick joy. Jonathan Soriano, the Spanish striker of Austrian league side Salzburg, was rushed to the hospital before their match against Wolfsberger on Saturday. Soriano rushed his pregnant wife to the hospital to give birth to their third child. After holding his daughter, whom they named Abril, he set off with a friend to catch the Wolfsberger match. During the journey, Soriano sent a message to his team's director. "If I can make it, I will play. The manager should definitely put me in the team." He arrived at the Red Bull Arena Stadium in the 23rd minute of the match. The 27-year-old centre-back was introduced at the start of the second half after the first half ended 2-2 and scored a hat-trick in the 45th minute to give his team a 6-2 win. Another footballer, Mustafa El-Kabir. Mustafa El-Kabir, who plays for Turkish league team Çaykur Rizespor, was forgotten at the facility before the match against Sivasspor. The player, who traveled to the stadium in a private vehicle behind the cavalcade, had difficulty entering the stadium because the security guards did not recognize him. After the intervention of the managers, the player joined the team and was included in the starting 11 against Sivasspor. The Moroccan international suffered a serious injury in the 10th minute of the game and had to leave the game. The 30-year-old broke his fibula bone. El-Kabir had been out of action for a long time. Another footballer, Daniel Amokachi. On February 16, 1997, Beşiktaş flew Nigerian star Daniel Amokachi from England on a private plane and brought him to the Fenerbahce derby with an hour to spare. Amokachi had traveled to Nigeria because of his mother's illness. Although he flew to London, the capital of England, his arrival in Istanbul was jeopardized because he missed his flight. The Süleyman Seba administration then rented a private plane for $11,000 and flew Amokachi to Istanbul 1 hour before the match. The Nigerian star had played a successful football match in Inonu with the dust on his feet. The Black Eagle won the derby 1-0 with Ertuğrul Sağlam's goal from a penalty. In a nutshell, Amokachi was put on the pitch by Rasim Kara after a long and tiring journey, and even though he arrived an hour before the match. Another footballer, Marcus Thuram. Borussia Mönchengladbach, who will face Inter in the UEFA Champions League, traveled to Milan where the match will be played. San Siro, or Giuseppe Meazza as Inter calls it. Before the match, a very funny incident happened to Marcus Thuram, the striker of German team. Marcus Thuram, who is also the son of world's famous soccer player Lilian Thuram, was not allowed into stadium for a while when he arrived at the San Siro stadium. The successful striker, showing his own photos from Google to the stadium security, who asked for identification, was on the agenda of social media. Another footballer, Pavel Kaderabek. Kaderabek, who plays for Hoffenheim, left the camp before the Mainz match because his dog was sick and he was unable to play. Kaderabek had previously told that he had moved for his dog. Kaderabek had said that if the dog got better, he would make it to the match, but unfortunately he didn't. The Czech footballer, who was very saddened by Derby's death, did not play football for a long time. Another footballer, Obi Mikel. 4 hours before their final group game against Argentina, he learned that his father had been kidnapped. The Nigeria captain said his father was kidnapped while traveling to southeastern Nigeria to attend the funeral, but that he did not share the incident with anyone from the national team in order not to disturb the team's concentration. He left the warm-up very late because he was making phone calls. If he arrived 20 minutes late, he would have been late for the match. Obi Mikel said, "I fought while my father was in their hands. He was released on Monday afternoon. I thank the Nigerian police for their efforts to free my father." John Obi Mikel's father had been kidnapped 3 times before. Another footballer, Muhammed Taha Tepe. Trabzonspor, in the absence of suspended Uğurcan Çakır, Arda Akbulut took over in goal after Erce Kardeşler, who was to start the match against Gaziantep FC, suffered an injury during the warm-up. There's no other substitute goalkeeper in the squad. Another footballer, Kai Havertz. In 2019, Bayer Leverkusen announced that 17-year-old Kai Havertz was not included in the squad for the match against Atletico Madrid due to important exams. Bayer Leverkusen vs Atletico Madrid. Kai Havertz, 17, who played 32 games for Leverkusen, missed the Atletico Madrid match because he had important exams at high school, went to the field for the match right after exams, but did not take the field because he was not included in the squad. Another footballer, Teenage Hadebe, Zimbabwean footballer, travels to his country for national team matches, but on his return he had to stay in his country for a while because of a problem with his passport. Malatyaspor player had missed 2 matches. When he came back, it was match day and he was included in the team without training. We can say that he arrived at the last minute. We have come to the end of the video. You can subscribe for more videos. Goodbye for now.